In this video, we'll take a look at the new Denon Home Amp. Now we'll discuss the features and technology that's packed inside this small yet powerful streaming amplifier and help you decide if it's the right one for you. Let's get started. The Denon Home Amp represents a new direction in home audio amplifiers. In a time when many music lovers rely on streaming services for their listening, a bulky and expensive integrated amplifier or receiver with numerous analog inputs may be unnecessary. This is where the Denon Home Amp really shines. Similar in size to its brother, the Marantz M1, which we've also reviewed and is linked below, the Denon Home Amp is compact and lightweight. Now it shares many of the features that the Marantz M1 has, but is distinctly designed for Denon enthusiasts, offering a unique look and sound profile. Now the front panel features a simple layout with capacitive touch buttons for volume control, a mute button, and 3 customizable preset buttons, which is an exclusive feature that is not found on the Marantz M1. Now I also find that the Denon Home Amp is really aesthetically pleasing. The top plate is vented to help cool the internals and features a sleek wave pattern that elegantly flows right into the Denon logo. Unlike the Marantz M1, which has a more blocky and sharp design, the Denon Home Amp has smooth, curvy side panels and a base that contributes to its modern, understated look. Now the amp is available only in black with a paintless lower enclosure designed to blend in discreetly. Now, when you spin it around and move to the back panel, it's equally impressive with a simple and easy to read layout, allowing you to connect your speakers to the well-designed binding posts, Ethernet, and HDMI eARC for connecting up your TV. Now there is also an analog line input that you can use to connect your CD player or turntable if it has a built-in phono stage or a separate phono stage. And a subwoofer output is included so that you can expand your speaker system capabilities with a subwoofer, and there are crossovers for both the subwoofer and main speakers built right into the Home Amp. Now the subwoofer's low-pass filters are adjustable from 40 to 120 Hz, and the speaker's high-pass filter allows for a 40 to 250 Hz adjustment. This is a welcomed feature because adding a subwoofer and taking the bass load off of your main speakers means you can get lower distortion performance out of your speaker system. Now there is also an optical digital input and a USB-A, and a 3.5mm IR input on the back panel allows you to connect your control system to your Home Amp if you have a home control system. And lastly, there is Bluetooth 4.2 on board. Now, the multitude of connections and small form factor make this Denon Home Amp a perfect solution for home integration, as these units really run pretty cool and are specifically designed for custom installation into an integrated home audio network. Now with Crestron, Control 4, and AMX compatibility, the Home Amp is ready to integrate with any of these systems, and you can easily fit 2 of them side by side in one rack unit. Now another feature that we always talk about is the ability to adjust the volume limit between 80% and 100%. This allows you to set volume limits to prevent overdriving speakers or when kids are playing music and they might crank it all the way up, which could damage your speakers. Now setting this volume limit to 80 or 85% is one of the very first adjustments that we tell people to make when setting up devices like these when possible. Tips like this and the best ways to set up your Home Amp in your Marantz M1 and HEOS app are all in our exclusive tips and tricks setup guide that we send to all of our purchasers of these products. Now this ensures that anyone that purchases their Denon or M1 amp from Audio Advice won't have to worry about the setup and getting the most optimal settings. In addition, we offer free shipping, lifetime support, and a price guarantee. So if you are considering purchasing, you'll have some of the best industry experts who are extremely passionate about audio and video on your side to be sure that you get the absolute most from all of your products. Okay, moving on. Denon knows that an app experience can make or break the usability of an all-in-one device like the Home Amp. Your music has become front and center with the new HEOS update for 2024. This new app experience really takes these new Denon products to new heights in usability and ease of use. After listening to their customers, Denon decided to change the home screen of the HEOS app to make it easier to find everything that you need. Now the new home screen is all about the music, giving access to recently played tracks, favorite music, and preferred content from your music services. Now one of the most incredible things is the ability to create HEOS playlists and combine content from different streaming services or your personal collection as desired. Plus, the new Now Playing display has been added to the bottom of the screen to keep you updated on what track is actually playing at all times right within the app. And with universal music searchability, you can search for your favorite tracks no matter what service it's on. Switching services services just to find a song or album is no more. Just use the universal search, find the track or album, and hit play. HEOS supports Amazon Music, Pandora, SiriusXM, SoundCloud, Spotify, and Tidal Hi-Res, although Qobuz and Apple Music are missing as of this video, which is a little disappointing as many of us here at Audio Advice are just huge fans of Qobuz. However, Tidal Hi-Res will give the Home Amp and any other HEOS device the ability to play tracks up to 192 kHz 24-bit natively. In addition to music streaming services, you can use HEOS to access and distribute music from locally stored content on media servers or PCs, and it's Roon ready. And in speaking with their engineers from HEOS, they told us that they are constantly working on updates and making it compatible with more services and features, and are guided by user input rather than blindly making choices of what would be the best here. So if you're hesitant or haven't liked using HEOS in the past, you really have to check out their new app, as it's really good and only getting better, unlike some streaming apps that will go unnamed as of this video that seem to actually be taking some steps backwards. Okay, so just like the Marantz M1, the Denon Home Amp is Soundmaster tuned, and they both use Class D modules in their design. And the great thing about these Class D modules is that they are actually tunable so that both Marantz and Denon can tune them to get their desired sound characteristics. Now the Denon Home Amp and Marantz M1 both have very low distortion and the same output power, but their sound is what differs. Where the Marantz M1 is what we would call warm and lush and laid back like Marantz components are known for, we found the Denon Home Amp is a little bit livelier and more dynamic, with detail taking the center stage. Now both offer excellent imaging and sound staging for the money, but they take different tuning routes to get their desired sound. Now Denon recognizes that the Home Amp is a new type of product for them. There are tons of other all-in-one amplifiers on the market today, but they really don't have the combination of features, connectivity, and most importantly, amplifier power that can run about any speaker in its price class when paired with it. Now the Denon Home Amp is just as comfortable as the main component in a living room music system as it is being set beside multiple home amps in a whole home audio system. Denon even built the Home Amp with just about any scenario in mind. Now when we got our Home Amp in our test lab, we wanted to know how the Denon Soundmasters tuned it. Listening to Gillian Welch and David Rawlings' new album Woodland, we heard lively and engaging sound right from the Home Amp. The bass was impactful and detailed. Vocals and acoustic guitars had good body and tone, allowing us to hear excellent string detail, and imaging and sound staging were really good for an amp in this price class, and really only showed its limitation when directly compared to much more expensive integrated amplifiers. But what we really liked about it was how the sound had drive, and really just kept us engaged with the music. Now we had the Marantz M1 in the same test lab, and we decided to test them side by side so that we could directly compare it to the Home Amp to see how the different sound tunings on these amplifiers sounded. Now the Marantz M1, like we said and suspected, is a little bit warmer of the two amps and has a more laid back and relaxed sound. Now in contrast, the Denon Home Amp, like we said, is a little bit livelier with a little bit more drive and impact. Now they are both excellent sounding amplifiers, but they're just tuned for different audiences. The Marantz is for people who love that warm, relaxing, soothing listening experience, and we would say the Denon Home Amp is probably tuned for people who want that more livelier and impactful presentation. Listening to songs from the Swedish rock band Graveyard with their self-titled 2023 album known as 6, the Denon Home Amp just had more drive and dynamic impact on the music, while the Marantz was more about the soul of that music. Both amplifiers had good detail for their price category, and imaging and sound staging, like we said, was just equally as good. Now the Marantz and Denon did this music justice, and it would depend probably on your preferences and associated equipment to decide which model would be better for you. Now I do want to remind you here that these differences that we heard are pretty minor, and honestly in some systems you're probably not even going to notice them. In addition, by adding an HDMI eARC connection from our TV and a subwoofer to the system, we could then test the Home Amp as a 2.1 channel AV amplifier. The added liveliness was welcome in this role, as it added some drive to the movie soundtracks and the TV shows. The built-in crossover controls allowed us to send the bass to the subwoofer and cross over our main speakers, which gave us the added benefit of lowering distortion, removing the burden of producing low bass from our main speakers, and allowing the subwoofer to really just do what it does best. Owners of bass-limited speakers or small stand-mount speakers will greatly benefit from these controls. Okay, we really enjoyed our time with this Denon Home Amp, and we think that it stands out in its price class. If you are in the market for an all-in-one amplifier that can stream all of your favorite music, connect a CD player or other analog components, and allow you to connect your TV for better audio performance, the Denon Home Amp is definitely worth your consideration. Now we know the question here is going to be, should I get this Denon Home Amp or the Marantz M1, or should I get a different all-in-one amplifier since there's so many good ones on the market today? And our answer to that would be getting a Denon or Marantz. We can confidently say that you're gonna love the sound either way. Using their Soundmasters, they tuned both of these to just sound incredible, and we are never disappointed with the way Denon or Marantz products sound. However, if you still need more help or you're considering a different option, you can always call or chat with one of our experts at audioadvice.com, and we can walk you through what may be best for your system and your budget. Plus, you can stop by one of our award-winning showrooms and listen to the Denon or Marantz or other options and hear them for yourself and decide which one may be best for you. So like we said, if you do have more questions, call or chat with our team of experts at audioadvice.com. And when you purchase from Audio Advice, you get free shipping, lifetime support, and a price guarantee. Now, if you've enjoyed this video and want to continue to support us, please give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss out on any of our latest content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.